champion. You're awake. Good, good. If you take the blue pill, you'll get the answer you've always wanted. The future you've dreamed of. The orgasmic fantasies you've thought about whilst raid logging. You'll keep dreaming. Or you take the red pill and you wake up, you see the truth for what it is, and you fight back. So what'll it be, champion? Did you pick the blue pill? This ain't the fucking Matrix, champion. Now get the fuck back in them wounds and get mining.
Now, ignoring the depressing truth about Magni being an Azerite crack fiend, let's talk about if WoW Classic has a future. But that's incredible clickbait, isn't it? Because you all know that WoW Classic has a future. No one doubted that for 1 second, not with how much money Blizzard makes off its player base. No, the better question is, does WoW Classic have a future worth looking forward to? Or are we doomed to repeat the mistakes of the past and milk the same game forevermore? No, for Classic WoW does have a future worth looking forward to. It has a bright, inviting and warm future, something that's been whispered for decades. But before I can peddle hope to everyone here, we have to actually go through the nitty-gritty reality of what's coming next. So there's 3 timelines, and maybe these timelines even interject, but I'll be going into way more detail about it further in the video. For now though, we know what's coming next, and it'll probably be good, but will it sustain the player base? Cataclysm Classic, followed by Mr. Pandaria Classic. Now, whilst nobody really wants this, with hashtag some changes, Cataclysm Classic will be a good expansion. Doesn't mean that people want it, but it'll be good at least. And 2 by all metrics good expansions, sprinkled with the changes we need but sometimes say we don't need. These will be fun to play, if you decide to play them. But then what? If we continue the train of development, we'll end up with Warlords of Draenor Classic, an alternate timeline to Azeroth, and somewhere in this existence is an alternate timeline in which Blizzard actually finished this expansion. Anyways, I don't know how they'll make this last 2 years, because the last time they tried this, the sub numbers went private and we're still guessing how many players are playing to this day. So okay, maybe Warlords of Draenor Classic only lasts 1 year and they blitz past it, 3 phases will be in and out a 5-minute adventure. Then it becomes Legion Classic, which is by all accounts in most people's top 3 for expansions. This is one of the best expansions that WoW has ever had in my personal opinion, and honestly, I'm really looking forward to Legion Classic with hashtag some changes. This sounds like an incredible time, right? But then it gets not so beloved because after the beauty of Legion, we get... Depression aside, I'll be happy to never see Dollar Store Thanos with nipple rings ever again, and we can all close this chapter of WoW and throw the book away whilst we look ahead to Dragonflight. Of course there's going to be a Dragonflight Classic, but that expansion is not even out yet, so I'm not going to be judging how a good Dragonflight Classic could be or would be. So this year, this is the realistic timeline. It's a timeline that made you want to take the blue pill at the start, to dream and be free of the nightmare that's coming. We all know that Classic is going to re-release Classic up until we get to the modern era of WoW. But it's not all bad, because whilst this is happening, there's a very solid chance we get to experience, wait for it, Classic. That's right, Classic Squared will likely be re-released, meaning you'll get to suffer through Classic once again, but this time with hashtag even more changes. And honestly, this is a fantastic thing. I'll probably end up playing again because Classic WoW is one of the versions of WoW I'm most fond of. Imagine being able to bank world buffs from phase 1 instead of phase 6. Imagine a rank 14 grind that's moderated and not complete cancer. Slightly tweaked raids, maybe even a little more loot this time around. Imagine every spec being viable. Sounds good, doesn't it? We'll of course then get TBC Classic version 2, followed by Wrath of the Lich King Classic version 2, which is expected. People have been playing private servers of these 3 versions of WoW since the moment the new expansions have come out. And then we'll probably get Classic, because again, money. Though, jokes aside, we'll likely see more versions of Season of Mastery for the first 3 iterations of WoW. Vanilla, TBC, and Wrath of the Lich King. There will likely be several versions of WoW running side by side, so for your $15 a month you can get access to WoW, WoW Classic, WoW Season of Mastery Classic, WoW Season of Mastery TBC Classic, WoW Season of Mastery Wrath of the Lich King Classic, WoW Classic Era TBC, then you have WoW Classic Era Wrath of the Lich King, and then you know what? Throw in like 5 more iterations of WoW, and we're gonna have the World of Warcraft launcher at some point because of how many goddamn versions of this game they will be milking. But guys, how could we forget when Classic Squared comes out, we'll be able to buy the Molten Core Heroic Bundle for 80 USD, which will come with a free level 50 boost, a rideable Major Domo, Ragnaros' son, Baby Naros as a pet, and a full set of epic purples that is actually better than Molten Core gear. But that's just a good joke though, right? Right? But enough with the depression, because we all know we're going to play every version of WoW that comes out anyways. Because Ashes of Creation will be on Alpha 16 and the Rider Mo will be in the top secret development phase still. Though, there is hope. There is true and serious hope. There's a chance that we all get what we waited for the longest time. Classic Plus. This would essentially be WoW 2. But I don't give a shit if it's done with modern graphics or if it's the same old vanilla graphics. But rather than continue on to TBC, Wrath of the Lich King, and further on, we stay on Azeroth. We get to continue the old version of the game. Of course, this would come with hashtag a lot of changes, and I'm sure it's a lot of changes the community could rally behind. This is the future that the Blue Pill at the start offered. It's something I want to be true. It doesn't even have to just be Classic Plus. I take TBC Plus or Wrath of the Lich King Plus, and any of these 3 options would be incredible. Sure, Dragonflight will likely be a good expansion, but modern WoW isn't the same as the classic era of WoW. People have been talking about and dreaming about Classic Plus for a long time. And I don't mean like a Cataclysm time revamp of the world. I mean a continuation of the systems that made Classic classic. Just fix them a little bit. Introduce arenas to vanilla, drop raid sizes down to 25 people, give guilds guild banks, maybe even throw us in some player housing or something. Think of all the abandoned content that never got used, the Furbolg Battleground in Azara, the Demon Raid in Winterspring, the Unfinished Zone of Hyjal, the Emerald Dream. We could have dungeons and raids in Grim Batol. Imagine having an extra 2 or 3 dungeons over there, kind of like a new Blackrock Mountain. What if Gilneas got reintroduced, and add more reputations and grinds to the game itself? Who knows what they could add, what they could do. There's so much to list and discuss that this would end up turning into a wish list of features, and that's not what this video is about. No, the whole point of this video is to see if there's a future of Classic WoW that's worth looking forward to, and honestly, for me, there is. The only issue is, will we get that future, or will we get hit with a healthy dose of reality that's not unfun, it's just not what I'm personally looking forward to? But would that make you come back to WoW if they did release Classic Plus? Or is there only one specific expansion you're looking forward to? Is it Cataclysm? Is it Mr. Pandaria? Nonetheless, let me know what all of you are thinking down in the comments. Was this a stupid video, and was I a fool to dare question the sanctity of Classic re-releasing 10 times in the next 20 years? Do you agree with me and have things you'd love to see in a Classic Plus of the game? All in all, I hope that after the ActiBliz acquisition by Microsoft, that Microsoft gives WoW Classic team a blank check and lets them make their own product free from the shitty writing of Dollar Store Thanos. Don't forget, if Classic WoW has taught us anything at all, it's that what is old can be made new again. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please do like and subscribe as it helps the channel out immensely. Have a fantastic day. Ebonheart out.